Good morning, children. A very warm welcome to your virtual class. Today we will continue with the adverbs, chapter 13 of the grammar book, and we will be learning about the position of the adverbs. Okay? To begin with, first we will see adverbs of manner, place, and time. If the verb is intransitive, suppose there is no object in the sentence, then the verb will become intransitive. Then this adverb will come after the verb. But if there is an object, it will come after the object. I am taking an example. The thief ran fast. The thief is the subject, ran is the verb, but there is no object. Okay, this is intransitive. There is no object. So what will happen? Adverb will come after verb. The thief ran fast. We took this decision yesterday. We, subject. Took is the verb. This decision is the object. Now there is object also, verb also, and subject also. We, subject. Took, verb. This decision is object. Then yesterday will come after the object. It is transitive verb. It has object. Okay. Position of adverbs, if I talk when I am putting emphasis, that's like when I am putting emphasis, for emphasis, like I am using this adverb of time. Suppose I say time, I told you it's for today, tomorrow, yesterday, this week, following week, next week, anything could come, right? When we are coming, when we come to know about time, all right, then we can place them at the end of the sentence also and at the beginning of the sentence also, all right? Suppose I say we went to the museum yesterday. This is also fine. If I say yesterday we went to the museum, that is also perfectly correct. Yesterday can be placed at the end, at the beginning also. That was about past tense. If I talk about the present tense, we are going to the museum today. Last, today is at the last. Next sentence, today we are going to the museum. So today is now at the beginning of the sentence. We will go to the museum tomorrow. Future tense. Tomorrow is at the last. Another sentence. Tomorrow we will go to the museum. Now tomorrow has come to the first position. So it can come at the end of the sentence also and at the beginning also. Adverb of time. Now when we move to another, let's see what it is saying. When adverb modifies means when it tells about the adjective. Adjective, describing words which describe about noun. Now we know the difference. Adjective tells about noun and adverb tells about verb. Okay. Now if an adverb is telling more about adjective or adverb, it is always placed before them. The bridge looked beautiful. Beautiful is describing bridge. So beautiful is adjective. So very will come before beautiful. Okay. They agree to the plan quite happily. Happily is talking about agreed. How did they agree? Happily. So quite will come before happily. Okay. In these cases, the adverbs will come either before adjective or before adverb. Now another case is there. The adverb enough is always placed after the word it modifies. Okay. She is intelligent enough to understand the problem. Okay. So what it is doing, enough is, what is enough doing? Enough is telling about intelligence. She is very intelligent. She is intelligent enough. Okay. To understand the problem. So enough will come after intelligent, about which it is talking. The teacher spoke loud enough. Okay. If I say the teacher spoke enough, that means she has spoken a lot. But if I say the teacher spoke loud enough, so that means she was very crystal clear. She was very audible. Okay. To be heard by everybody. So enough is talking about loud. So whenever we are writing enough, it will come after that word which it is describing about. It is talking about. Okay. Now the word only should be placed immediately before the word it modifies. Now look, the meaning changes. If I say only he promised to give me the books, here I am saying only he promised and nobody else promised me. Okay? But if I say he only promised to give me the book. He only promised, but he did not give me the books. Here, beta, this is a misprint there. It's didn't give, it's didn't give. Okay, that is wrong. He promised to give me only books. He promised to give me only books, nothing else. Okay, what did he promise? He promised that he will give me only books and nothing else. So did you see how was this thing done? Only is put in all the three sentences, but the meaning changes on depending upon how we are using this word only. Yes? Alright, now where there are two or more adverbs after a verb and its object, the normal order will be order of manner, then order of place, and then order of time. Okay, if there are two or more adverbs, what will be the order? First manner, then place, and then time. She sang sweetly in the concert last evening. Now there are three adverbs. Sweetly, yes, she sang sweetly. How did she sing sweetly? So it's an adverb. But where she sang? In the concert. Remember I told you where is for adverb of place. Last evening. Last evening is telling about the time. Yes? Last week, last evening. Okay? Here I am talking about times, that will be adverb of time. So this would be the sequence. Now we will see how will we use some adverbs correctly. Okay? The correct way to use them. Fairly and rather. They both mean moderate. Okay? It's fairly good. Okay? But if what I am saying, fairly is used with the favorable. Okay? But adverbs like clever, wise, intelligent, but rather is used with unfavorable ones, which are not the favorable ones. Okay? Which favor, that means we are going to use that fairly. The child is fairly clever for his age. Okay? So we are using it in a favorable condition. Okay? This shirt is rather expensive. If I'm saying this shirt is rather expensive, means it's very expensive. It's not costly. So I am saying it is not favorable for me to purchase this shirt. It's very expensive. This shirt is rather expensive. Okay? So if we are using it in a favorable sense, you'll put fairly. But if we are putting it in unfavorable sense, then we'll put rather. Now there are two words, very and much. First we will see very is used with adjectives or adverbs in positive degree. Positive, comparative and superlative we did. And much is used with the comparative degree. Example is there, she is very intelligent girl. Okay, she is very intelligent girl means I'm talking about single girl. I'm describing her, but I'm not comparing her with anybody. I'm just talking about that girl. I'm not comparing. She is very intelligent girl. Today, she is looking much weaker than usual. Now I am comparing. Today and other days. I am comparing today and the other days. Like if I talk about the other days, she never looks so weak. But today she is looking much weaker than she usually looks. Okay? So I'm comparing today with the other days. Okay? So very is used when we are talking about positive degree and much with the comparative degree. Now coming to be, very is used with present participles. Present participles are ing. Okay? You must have heard about the four forms of the verb beta. Present, past, past participle and present participle. Okay? Past participle, three forms all of us know. Yes? For some students, present participle would be new. Beta, it is ing form. Okay. She is very charming. This is present participle. Alright. Very is there. Very will always come with the present participle if I am talking about participle form. Alright. But if I talk about past participle, I'll use much. The girl was much loved by her parents. If I use very here, that will be wrong. The girl was very loved by her parents. No. The girl was much loved by her parents. We do not use very with words like afraid or obliged or alike. Suppose I say, I am much obliged to you for your help. I am much obliged to you for your help. So if I'll put here, I am very obliged, that will be wrong. The two are very alike, that will be wrong. So with words afraid, obliged and alike, we do not use very. Now coming to the word too, T-O-O-2. Okay. Now sometimes or many a times we say it's too hot today, but that's wrong way. We will say it is very hot today. Okay. So it can be used instead of very and much, but that it should, the sense should be correct. It is too hot today. No, it's very hot today. That's the right way. Right. And it has a negative sense and is then followed by an infinitive. Infinitive means to and then certain verb has to be there. To play, to go, to come, to eat, okay, to dance, to write. So that is infinitive. When I am talking with infinitive, yes, when it has a negative sentence and with that negative sense I am using an infinitive, that will be the complete sentence. I am too tired to walk further. Too tired means I have lost the energy. I cannot walk any further. I am too tired to walk further. Okay. Now enough, if I say enough means sufficient. I have a lot. Sufficient. Enough. Okay. It is always used with a positive sense and it is placed after the adjective or adverb. Okay. It's placed after an adjective and adverb, but also before a noun. Now let's see examples here. She is old enough to go alone. Old enough. Enough is talking about old. Okay. Enough old. Very old. Yes. She is old enough to go alone. She is not that young. She is very old. She cannot go alone. Okay. She is old enough. She ran fast enough to overtake me. She ran fast enough means she ran very fast. Now enough is talking about verb. Earlier enough was talking about noun, old. Yes. Now it is talking about verb. So it will come after the adverb. I'm sorry beta. Old was adjective. She is old. Old is adjective. So it was coming after adjective. Fast is adverb. It is coming after adverb. There is enough food. Now if I say this is a noun. Food. Food is a noun. There is enough food for both of us. That case it will come before the noun. Okay. That was about enough. Quite. Quite with adjectives that do not have a comparative and superlative degree. Quite means completely, entirely or fully. It does not mean very. Okay. Suppose I say she is quite right. So I will say she is fully right. It's quite impossible. It's absolutely not possible. Okay. So that means I am just telling that it is not possible at all. Okay. So that was about the adverbs. Till now what all we have done, we did adverbs and its type in the first class. Second, we covered up the formation and comparison. Alright. And today we did about the position of the adverbs and how are they used. Go through this virtual video very nicely, very carefully and do your assignments in your book. If you have any queries, children, we can discuss in our online class. Alright. So stay healthy, stay at home, and be cheerful always. Thank you.